Good afternoon, everybody who has logged on to this very important milestone in Atal Innovation Mission's journey today. And first and foremost, let me introduce myself. My name is Ramanan. I'm the Mission Director of Atal Innovation Mission, which is a flagship initiative at the Niti Aayog, the National Institution for Transforming India. This is an initiative which has been launched by the Honorable Prime Minister in 2016, late 2016, with the express idea that how do we spur our country into a land of just not job seekers, but also a nation of job creators. And we have 1.3 billion people in our country. We are a very large country with enjoying what is known as the demographic dividend, because more than 65% of our country is under 35 years old. And upon these 150 million or so young students who are going to be entering into the workplace over the next 5 to 10 years, is lying the hopes of over 1 billion people to carry our nation forward, to become not just prosperous from an economic point of view, but also to become from a social point of view or from a societal well-being point of view, to be able to carry our nation forward. After all, we have many challenges in our country. We have still 22% of our country below the poverty line. We have 44% of our country agri-economy based. We have 715 districts in our country, with more than 115 of them which are called as aspirational districts, because they are still at the bottom of the pyramid in terms of access to basic healthcare, education, hygiene, affordable housing, clean drinking water, sanitation, waste management, and so on. We also have more than 4,000 small towns and cities. We have only 8 tier 1 cities. And we don't have an ability to be able to sustain the population migration from all our remote towns, cities, rural India, tier 2, tier 3 cities into just 8 tier 1 cities. We also have 650,000 villages. So we need to ensure that our country develops uniformly across. The ability to create thousands of hubs of innovation and job creation is central to the development of our economy. We have been doing extraordinarily well as a country over the last several years due to a convergence of those 3 very, very important factors that is necessary to drive an economy forward. The demographic dividend that we talked about, which is a great power because we have youthful, energetic minds, young minds. We are an aspirational country. We have only 250 million people who are in the middle class economy. There is a tremendous opportunity for the next 250 million and then the next 250 million to rise and aspire to a middle class economy of our country. And that means a huge spurt of economic growth possibility that we have. We also are having the benefits of a fast growing economy. After all, we have been growing at 6 to 8% over the last several years. And it is very important for us, barring the COVID-19 year, which has been a disruptor of many kinds across the world, not just for India. It is very important to have a thriving economy or a vibrant growing economy if we want to focus and foster innovation and entrepreneurship. And finally, we are also living in a world where science, technology, and education is enabling enormous changes, exponential changes. Technology is becoming affordable, accessible, is becoming available, and is becoming advanced. Science is finding new frontiers. 3D printing is revolutionizing the way you're able to conceptualize, define, prototype, manufacture right in front of your eyes. You are able to do it from your small Kirana store. You are able to do it from the confines of your home if you want to be a follower of the gig economy, or you are able to do it even in large manufacturing plants because you are able to achieve more sophisticated designs. Using simulation technology, using 3D design tools, and so on. We are also growing in other areas, like robotics is driving the next degree of automation and productivity. So engineering advances are happening rapidly. We are having technologies like Internet of Things being embedded into man, machine, device, soil, space, as a result of which you are now able to get vast amounts of data from virtually everything, from human beings to plants and from space, and to be able to take decisions on all of this by creating innovations and devices, sensor technologies that are not only the recipient, but also the consumers of this information, so that because appropriate action gets driven based upon the collection of this data, the analysis of the data, and the processing of this data. And today we have very powerful computers, nanocomputing, supercomputing, object-oriented computing, and so on, which is enabling us to make artificial intelligence a reality, because you're able to process using big data analytics, using all these engineering concepts. You're able to process these vast amounts of data very, very quickly with lightning speed, and be able to apply them for valuable decisions, whether it is in precision agriculture, whether it is in healthcare, whether it is in telemedicine, whether it is in education, whether it is in supply chain management, using digital supply chain management, or whether it is in blockchain or other technologies. That is what is happening across the world. As a result of which, we in India have this tremendous opportunity to be able to create an impact by addressing the challenges that India has by the young population. So towards this end, as all of you are aware, the Atal Innovation Mission has launched series of initiatives ranging from setting up tinkering labs in schools. We are setting up incubators, world-class incubators in universities and other institutions, which are fostering world-class startups. We have launched challenges called New India Challenges and Arise Challenges for the small enterprise, so that the MSME industry is stimulated into Make in India innovations. We are also launched challenges at a national level, so that socio-economic problems of the country are solved using our innovators solutions, using our startups. And also we have launched Atal Community Innovation Centers across the country in tier 2, tier 3 cities and rural India, so that you are able to ensure that the benefits of innovation reach across to the remote places of our country and enables our country, whether it is in Salem or in Sikkim, to be able to create products and services that reach the far ends of Seattle or San Francisco. That's the power of digital transformation and digital reach. Now, all of this has been possible in a very short period of time. We today have more than 7,000 tinkering labs which are operational. Close to 10,000 will become operational before the end of this year. And more than 3.5 million young students from schools in grade 6 to grade 12 will have an opportunity to tinker with, learn with, and play with all these technologies to learn about problem solving and innovation, so that they get transformed from a rote learning mindset to a problem solving mindset. At the same time, our world-class incubators, more than 68 of them are being established and operationalized, and more than 1,900 startups have come out in just these last 3-4 years. And out of that, 574 of them are world-class women startups. So there is a movement of inclusivity as well as engineering talent being applied to create startups across the country. And we have 24 Atal Community Innovations being set up. More than 30 Arise Challenge winners have been identified. And in all of this, we are also partnering with various countries and various organizations, multinational companies and multinational organizations. And therefore, we are very, very proud that today we are launching one more partnerships, a very key partnership with Mathworks. Mathworks is very well known across the country. They bring tremendous quality of education as well as tools, technologies, methodologies in science, technology, engineering, and management. And we are hopeful that this partnership is going to lead to great things for all the initiatives that we have across the country. After all, we want to make our young students get familiar with many of these tools and technologies as they prepare to become engineers, scientists, creative artists, and so on. And then we want, when they go into the incubators or the startups which get fostered, we want them to ensure that they are able to benefit from advanced tools and technologies through such a partnership to be able to perfect their innovation and create impact. We are today a country with more than 50,000 startups and more than 400 incubators. We are one of the fastest growing innovative nations of the world. But such innovative spirit needs to be backed up with stakeholder participation, with partners like Mathworks coming together with Atal Innovation Mission and the government and other academia and universities to be able to make the possibilities a reality. And that is why it is indeed with great pleasure and privilege that I welcome Mr. Sunil Motwani, the country manager of Mathworks, and his team to participate in our journey, our innovation journey, along with the Atal Innovation Mission, and not only for the benefit of our country, but for the benefit of the world. With that, I want Mr. Motwani to share a few thoughts of his and the importance of this partnership and what Mathworks sees as an opportunity for the young, innovative talent of our country to be able to take advantage of through this capabilities that they bring to the table, as well as the tools, technologies, and commitment they bring to this relationship. So it would be great, Mr. Motwani, if you are able to share your few thoughts on this particular occasion.
Thank you very much, Ramanan ji. It was a very inspiring talk that I have heard multiple times from you, and of course, it got repeated today. We are indeed very happy and to be associated with AIM in this mission. At the outset, before I introduce myself, I would also like to thank the AIM team and specifically Anish, Ishita, and Uday sir for helping us in this journey with you so far. And thank you, especially Ramananji, for helping us close on this. And I'm really standing here to make that commitment that we would certainly enjoy this journey together. So let me share my screen, and if someone can confirm that my presentation is visible, that would be helpful.
Yes, Sunil, we can see it.
Thank you. So as I said, it is indeed our pleasure and honor to be associated with Government of India, Niti Ayog's Atal Innovation Mission. And what makes me really happy is the fact that both AIM and Mathworks have a very similar vision. AIM's vision is to cultivate young minds into with innovative ideas, and Mathworks' vision is to accelerate the pace of engineering and science by providing these innovative minds with the right set of tools that would help them bring ideas to realities. And I'm very confident that this collaboration between the two organizations would help the startup and accelerator ecosystem in India accelerate the pace of innovation together. I would like to take this opportunity to provide all the attendees an overview of Mathworks and our accelerator program, and also talk about how do you get started with us once we become part of this program. Let's talk a bit about Mathworks. We are a company which started in 1984. We are headquartered in the state of Massachusetts in US. And we have offices around 33 different locations in India, spread across Americas, Europe, and Asia Pacific. When we started way back in 1984, we started with this mission statement of accelerating the pace of engineering and science. The idea was to provide engineers and scientists with the right set of tools that they need to bring about innovation in technology and engineering. Today, we have more than 5,000 staff across the globe with a revenue of more than $1 billion. We are a privately held company. And what is remarkable is that we have been profitable every year since the time we started. And one of the reasons for that is we have stayed very much focused on our stated objective of making tools for scientists and engineers that would make them successful. And in their success, we have seen our own success. We started our operations in India in 2008, and today I'm very glad to say that we have a fairly large operation of both sales and services, as well as development organization across 4 cities in India at Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, and Delhi. So what do we make? what are these products which help engineers and scientists? One of our flagship products is MATLAB, and some of you may already know about it, some of you may not. But MATLAB is essentially a programming language, rather actually a programming environment that helps engineers and scientists develop algorithms in application areas that they are working in. It helps them analyze the data, visualize the data in the way they would like to see it. And it helps them run multiple numeric computations so that they can test out their ideas. Along with MATLAB, we have a lot of vertical products which we call as toolboxes, and they are available to users in multiple application areas, whether you are developing algorithms in the area of signal processing, image processing, computer vision, controls, you would find those tools work along with MATLAB. The second flagship product of ours is called Simulink. It's a graphical environment for designing, simulating, and testing systems. What we mean by that is Simulink provides you an environment in which you can model a dynamic system. What it essentially means is Simulink becomes a platform in which you can create a model-based design or a model-based software engineering workflow, right from the time of defining your requirements for an engineering system to converting those requirements into a model at different levels of fidelity, running the simulations in the virtual environment to test whether your system meets the requirements for which it has been designed. And once you are satisfied, all those algorithms that you have developed in Simulink, we have tools that would help you automatically generate code which would help you embed these algorithms on hardware platforms like microcontrollers, FPGAs, or even GPUs today. It's a very powerful platform product which gives you a very powerful design workflow that accelerates the pace of innovation. Along with these two platform products, we have more than 100 plus add-on products for specialized tasks. Like I mentioned, image processing, signal processing, computer vision, phased array systems. We have tools in emerging areas of application engineering like machine learning and deep learning as well. After having talked about products, what are the industries and customers that we serve? As you can see here, we serve variety of industries, and that has been also one of the reasons for very successful adoption of our tools. Our top two industries are aerospace and defense and automotive, and very happy to share that the top 10 companies in both these industry segments are big users of our tools. What do they use our tools for? They use our tools for designing complex embedded software for safety critical applications that go in an automotive or in an aircraft. Other than these two industries, we have a range of other industries that we support. Biological sciences and pharmaceutical industry uses our tools for basic research in life sciences area, as well as in drug discovery. We support communication, electronics, and semiconductor industry in developing very complex communication and signal processing algorithms that are used in new generation wireless technologies. We support embedded safety critical software development in industries like industrial machinery, medical devices, and railway systems. We support needs of neuroscientists for visualization of images and computer vision. We also support people working in the area of risk analytics and financial modeling in the financial services industries. So as you can see, there are wide variety of industries and wide variety of applications that are supported using our tools. And for all those startups with innovative ideas in variety of applications or ideas for variety of industries can actually use our tools. We are also fairly deeply rooted in education. MATLAB has been used for many, many years by teachers who have used our tools to teach subjects to students and make their learning outcome much better than what it would have been without the tools like MATLAB. Our tools are also used by students and researchers across the world in more than 6,500 colleges and universities. We have more than 1,900 books written with MATLAB and Simulink. And we have tens of thousands of skilled engineers graduating every year with knowledge of our tools. In India, we have more than 200 universities and colleges who have what we call as campus-wide license. What this means is all the students and teachers in those universities and colleges have access to our tools. Other than this 200 universities and colleges, we also have more than 1,500 engineering and colleges using our tools in India. Now, talking specifically about the Mathworks Accelerator program. What does this mean and what do you get? First of all, this is a global program that Mathworks runs across multiple countries. And as of today, we have 300 plus approved accelerators in 17 countries. Out of these, we have 40 plus in India. And with this collaboration with AIM, we certainly expect to have many more in India. Right now you can see on this map here a bit of yellow in India, in the south and western part of India. But with this collaboration with AIM, we certainly would like to reach to the entire geography in India. So what is the benefit that you get? If you are an organization working under AIM Accelerator program, with this partnership that Mathworks and AIM have formed together today, you would get following benefits. Number one, you will have free access to MATLAB Simulink and 90 plus add-on products that we make. There's a provision to provide 10 licenses to each organization which is incubated in AIM incubation centers. You are also entitled to full technical support services like any of our other commercial or academic customers. We have on-ramp trainings available on our website for various tools, including MATLAB Simulink, Stateflow, and on topics like machine learning and deep learning. You would have capability to go through those on-ramp training programs on our website. Also, if you want to do any online or public classes that are run by Mathworks, we would be happy to provide a 50% discount to the staff working in the startup organizations incubated in Atal Innovation Centers and Atal Incubation Centers. How do you get started? So what we are going to do is we will be sending an email with all the details of the onboarding process, which will cover details like how do you access our licenses, how do you access our technical support teams over phone or over email, and how you can take advantage of free on-ramp training courses that are available on our website. But in the meanwhile, if you need more details, then of course you can reach out to my colleague, Maheen Khan. Her email is given here. So for any questions in the meantime, before we reach out to you with this email, you can get in touch with her. With that, I would like to end my talk here once again by thanking AIM team and specifically Ramananji for all the support and guidance in coming to this stage where we are signing up a statement of intent with you to bring this accelerator program of Mathworks under the mission of AIM. Thank you very much, sir, and we are really looking forward to a great journey along with you in creating a very successful startup and accelerator ecosystem in India, which would nurture young minds and accelerate the pace of engineering and science in India.
Thank you, Sunil ji, for very comprehensive presentation on what Mathworks brings to the table and how tools like MATLAB and Simulink can play a very big role in creating the type of innovation that is engineeringly precise, but also which is scalable and which will work, because it is tools and technologies like this, as well as the portal that you are offering in terms of courses and knowledge acquisition, that is so keen and that is so important in any innovation or fostering innovation initiative. And I'm sure that all the incubators who are present on this call, and of course we'll have some outreach events to all the incubators and the startups, because the type of facilities that you are enabling today through this partnership having access to the tools, having access to support and service, which is as good as if you are a paying customer, and allowing all the startups to have 1 year of free access to many of these tools and technologies. That's a fantastic beginning and a fantastic opportunity for the startups to avail of. And I do hope that all the incubators who have logged on to this call, and the CEOs and the startups, ensure that they avail themselves of this opportunity. When I visited once the Science Museum in Chicago, is one of the best science museums in the world. Right at the entrance of that particular museum, I saw the words which made a very deep impression on my, when I was very young at that time, of course, saying, it is tools that have changed the course of history. And if you look at the birth of civilization, the growth of civilization, starting from the stone man who saw how to use a particular stone as a tool, and for hunting or for whatever purposes, that lay in the progress of civilization. And therefore, it is very important that when we launch on innovation and entrepreneurship, we become knowledgeable about and use as many tools that will circumvent the need to do things manually, that will speed things up, that will enable you to do very, very precise things. That will also enable you to look at how you can develop something new or new tools, give suggestions. Maybe when you're using the tool, you find there are certain limitations, and then you can give it back to Mathworks, and they will work on it and see how to make that tool even better. So it is so very important to have the right tools and technologies available to everyone on their journey of innovation. And I want to thank Mathworks for enabling all of this. And I'm sure through Atal Innovation Mission and beyond, you will be able to cover the entire map of India soon with your support and your service. With that, we declare this partnership officially open, though we have been working together for quite some time. And I do want to thank your entire team for being so very proactive in this particular relationship. And of course, Uday, who introduced us together through the RMP program that he had involved you all in. And then subsequent to that, we have developed very quickly this particular relationship. I also want to thank our Atal Innovation Mission team for playing such a proactive role, including people from our incubating team, Ishita, as well as Anish, Manglesh, and of course the Atal Tinkering Labs and Atal New India Challenge program directors would be able to pass this on information to their beneficiaries. And at a school level, if there are other tools and technologies that can be used, I would appreciate if Mathworks enables that and makes it known to our team, so that even at the school level where you are having the young budding innovators who are coming up, how do they use tools that you are having, or how do they use the portals and the knowledge bank that you have developed for their own purposes. So not only, when I look at all of this, it is not just the engineering part, but there are a whole lot of other things of collaborative 21st century skills that are also required. And I'm sure many of the tools enable you in collaborative design and collaborative creation or co-innovation. And therefore, it is very important to have this knowledge spread across to all our beneficiaries and to be able to create the impact that they want to create. So with that, if anybody else has any other things to share, please feel free to do that. And Ishita and Anish, thank you so much. If you would like to add any words related to how this information is going to be spread across to all our beneficiaries, you may please share the same too.
Thank you, Mr. Ramanan. So what we will do is we will send an email to all our beneficiaries, the incubators, the ACICs, and everyone else who's connected with us, mentioning the benefits that come out of this partnership, and an email ID where they can, connect with the Math Labs and start accessing the facilities which are available. And then so we'll facilitate the communication between Mathworks and the beneficiaries at Atal Innovation Mission and get the conversation started. After that, it is between both of them. So that email shall be sent out from our office, and we'll get everyone going on this.
Excellent, excellent. Anything else that you would like to share, Sunil ji or Sanjay ji or Maheen ji? Anybody you want to share something? Then please feel free to share.
I would just like to add one thing. We talked about our accelerator and our startup program. I would just like to say we have already seen quite a few successes in India, where we have seen an organization incubated in an educational institute, having access to our tools, and then they started off as a startup company outside of the incubation center. Again, we were able to successfully work with them to help them realize their ideas. And today, very happy to say that quite a few of such organizations have graduated into a full-fledged commercial organization. Okay, so there are a lot of success stories that we have seen both in India and outside India. And I'm really looking forward to this partnership of ours, giving us far more number of success stories than we have seen in the past.
Excellent, excellent. And I just thought, I don't know whether you have a Simulink version at a school level for prototype innovation creation. But if there is something like that, we'd like to introduce it specifically for the Atal Tinkering Labs also, so that the children start getting familiar with using such tools when they are wanting to test out whatever innovation they have in mind. And many of them are a combination of hardware, software, engineering innovations, which they are doing.
Yeah, so as an initiative in that direction, to kind of introduce young minds to tools like ours, we are doing few things. Of course, Maheen would be able to share more details with you. But just to give you an example, a lot of these young minds have access to some really good low-cost hardware available today, on which they can try out some ideas, like, for example, Internet of Things ideas, on hardware like Raspberry Pi or Arduino. And today, Simulink supports those hardware, in the sense they can create whatever system they wanting to design. They can model that system in Simulink environment, and then automatically code can be generated, which can run on low-cost hardware like Arduino and Raspberry Pi. So very quickly they can move from model to actual implementation of the model on a real hardware and see how their ideas work.
That is great. This is exactly what the type of thing that we need, because all the tinkering labs are equipped with Raspberry Pi and Arduino boards and so on. And this will be and many students have not necessarily got exposed to detailed programming. But if you are able to automatically generate the programs to be downloaded based on the model that you are designing, that would be a great advantage to them. So. Yeah. Excellent. We'd like to know more about it. So please feel free to share it at the appropriate time.
And we'll be happy to do that, sir. Yeah.
Once again, thank you so much for this very enabling partnership, which I'm sure is going to be tremendously useful to all our beneficiaries. And we look forward to working with you, Mr. Motwani, and your entire team, not only from India, but across the world, because you also have access to a rich set of experienced people on your innovation design, and we hope they become mentors to our budding innovators in our country.
Would be glad for that. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.